Well, Josh, is that a 90 minutes that sums up the whole season?
If you could bag up 90 minutes to replicate a season, that is it, isn't it? I think full of frustration, full of honest effort, but very, very little to show from it come the end of the game. And I don't know, it's very I don't know, it's very dour, the mood is in the place, not in the crowd, to be fair to them. They stick with it. I think ultimately you reap what you sow, and throughout the course of the season, and that's been us in a nutshell, and it's so disappointing. I just can't express to you enough the disappointment. But what can you do? I can sit here and try and be really, really down and let you know how I'm feeling, or I can just try and rally the troop for 4 more games and see if the big man's looking down on us.
And the first 45 minutes seemed to unravel in the last minute when you went down to 10 men, because I imagine you would have actually gone into that half disappointed you weren't 1-0 up, and then you have the sucker punch that you're down to 10 men. Yeah,
it was a really, really difficult game of football in terms of the weather. The crosswind was making it really, really tough. On top of that, the game had absolutely no flow to it. There was free kicks for just people touching each other, and at this level you kind of don't get used to that, and the game just had no flow. I just feel sorry for everyone who watched it really today, because it was just very disjointed from start to finish. We had a go, they had a go at times. It was just two teams who were slugging it out in horrible conditions, which with a game which lacked any real quality. Every element of it was conducive to a horrible game of football, and we could have gone in. We're creating chances, like we're getting in good positions. We just got nothing to show for it, and I don't know. I'm at a loss with it really. I don't know what to think, what to say. We've got to be more streetwise, haven't we? We can't make whether we feel it's a foul or not. You're giving a referee at this level a decision to make when you go into ground, and it's a sense of naivety which has been in the air all season, and it's with the utmost disappointment. I feel like if the club deserves better than week in, week out what we've put on. 38 goals or something like that, 30 odd goals in a season. If that's your output, that you've got no excuses for where you are, and that's not just a dig at the strikers. That's from every man who's stepped onto the pitch. There's a sense of it's just real disappointment really for me today.
And the second half, you actually created probably more chances than you had with 11 men. I guess people will ask, what did it take that you had the world against you? You had that man disadvantage to start playing.
Yeah, we said at half time. I said to the boys, it's like it's a us against the world mentality. It's kind of like you've got what you've got in the group. Your back's up against the wall. You either fight back and swing, or you just fall over. And I think it was important that we actually had a swing for the football club, not just for our own pride, but for what we owe the football club. And we had a swing, but it's like they're just like big swings with no connection in the end of them. Isn't they? That's probably the best analogy I can use. It's like taking a big old heave with very little connection at the end of it. We owe it to the football club to come out and give a shift, even when we're down to 10 men. So that's a given. That is an absolute given. We just need to have the desire and we can't have that fear of failure, because that will hold you back, not just in football, in any sense of life. And we get frightened to death, don't we?
You won't need to tell you that's one win in 16, but particularly the past few weeks, it feels like the form has just dropped like a stone. What do you put that down to?
That's a very difficult question. I'll say this: one thing throughout the season, if you're going to be successful, you need continuity and you need stability. Someone told me the other day we've used nearly 50 players, 50 footballers in a season, and you're asking a core of 5 or 6 who, let's be honest, are running on empty. And I think see that today. I think it's clear for everyone to see. Worthy, that bleeds green. He's ran around 20 minutes with a pulled hamstring. I mean, I won't put myself in that bracket, but I think there's probably most people in the stand are probably in better nick than me at the moment. But there's boys out there carrying the load for the football club, and when we've got no continuity, no stability, it's a very, very precarious position to be in. And And throughout the season, you need an aligned ship. You need a carriageway, and everyone's on that same path. And even if people jump on it, they're on the same path. And throughout the season, 50 players, it's you've got your hands. You're basically backed up against the wall, really, aren't you? There's no kind of flow. There's no kind of rhythm. For whatever reason that is, injuries, players bringing in. There's just been no stability and that's not me making excuses. Just me looking back and reflecting, and it's very difficult to find yourself in a successful position when you've got no momentum. Because every time we've had a little bit of momentum, it's been chucked out of something's happened, and it's kind of disrupted us here. There's disruption everywhere we seem to look, and I'm asking the boys to give everything for the football club and go out and this be your safe place, but I'll be honest, I think there's been signs of things creeping in, especially the last few weeks. I think that's probably a reflection of the fragility of the mental state of not in terms of healthiness, but the outside noise has probably been really affecting some players more than others. And the message couldn't be clearer. When you come out here, this should be a safe haven, and you owe it to the fans, you owe it to the football club to give everything and run yourself into the ground. And we've got some real honest people in that dressing room, and it's sad to see the position we put the club in, but ultimately we're the only ones who can take responsibility for that.
You're now 6 points adrift with just 4 games to go. They're running out, aren't they? Yeah, they're running out. I haven't looked at the results, sorry, so I'm just trying to process that. What does that mean? So Aldershot drew 3-3.
Yeah.
Dorking won. Okay,
so that it makes it three people for 2 places, really, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's gone proper already.
Okay, so what can we do? We got 12 points to play for. Gets us to 51 points. 51 points should keep you up. So we can either sit here and sulk. I can sit here and cry myself to sleep and bore you all to death with negativity, or I can say I'm right up for the fight. We're right up for the fight. 12 points to play for. We've got a target of 12, haven't we? The strong the brave will come out on top, and we've got to come out. We've got to be brave. We've got nothing to lose. It's a rally cry for everyone. I know we've really let the team down, the fans down this season, but I appreciate you coming out. I know everyone at the club appreciates you coming out, and we really need you. And there's times when we're giving you absolutely nothing to shout about, but week in, week out, you stuck by us, and I have the utmost respect for the people who turn out week in, week out, or support us from afar. We definitely deserve better, and I will give everything I can to this football club. 4 games left, no time for weakness. Dig in and see if we can find a way. Stranger things have happened in football.
Haven't they just? Thanks.